Hi guys, thanks so much for tuning back into a little about LV. Today I am super excited to show you some more makeup. I feel like it's been so long since I did a makeup video, and you know I love all the things that I do on my channel, but makeup is my true passion. So today I'm actually going to go through a lot of the makeup that I have gotten over the past couple months, like for my birthday in November and for Christmas. I got so many new products from family and friends and in my BoxyCharm boxes for the last 2 months. I just kind of wanted to show you all the things that I got because I got so much stuff that I haven't shown you. Just do a full look with all of it. Some stuff I liked, some stuff I didn't. So I am going to tell you the truth about that, tell you some things like if they still have it available, stuff that you might like. I am going to be trying out a couple things today that I haven't tried before, but I'm so excited to show you all of this stuff. I have like a full face pretty much of new makeup that I have not shown any of you because it's been stuff that I just got. Also, I hope you all like my new backdrop here for the winter time. This is actually a tablecloth from Hobby Lobby that I got for $5 in the Christmas section. And I actually taped it up to the wall and just steamed it about 2 minutes ago. So the reality is it's probably going to fall halfway through this video. But, you know, if it does, we're just going to keep going because that's our life. So anyways, I hope you all are super excited to see all this new makeup that I'm doing today and the look that I'm going to do. I'm not even really sure what it is, so we're going to figure it out together. But I'm so excited to show you everything. So I'm going to get everything out on my table here. We're going to jump right in. Okay, so let me start with something while I'm pinning my hair back here that unfortunately I did not love that I got in my latest BoxyCharm. Actually, I think I got this one for December, but I got this IGK First Class Charcoal Detox Dry Shampoo. It smells so amazing, and you know how I feel about smells. Like, I love it. It has to smell good or I don't want it anywhere near me. However, this is yet another dry shampoo that acts exactly like a hairspray, which, you know, I hate that. So this was a flop for me. Even though it smells wonderful, and I do think it is like it absorbs the oil, but like your hair is like a helmet, it doesn't move for the rest of the day, so that's not really what you want. So I got this one in my December BoxyCharm and not for me. Okay, so moving on, I did not get a new primer for my birthday or Christmas. However, I don't think I've used this one on my channel before. This is the e.l.f. Luminous Matte Makeup Primer. So this is only like $5, somewhere in there. So it's super, super affordable. I actually do like it. It's not my favorite primer, but I have been using it for a little while. I do like it. Like, I do think it's mattifying and yet like luminous. However, I don't like the smell. I think it's supposed to smell like roses or something, but it just really doesn't. Like, it just doesn't do it for me. It can feel a little oily at first, but it does go into like more of a matte. It is one of those primers that doesn't go with every makeup. Like, there's just primers out there that just go best with a certain makeup depending on what it is. And this is just one of those primers that you can't use with everything, but I wanted to show it to you because, I mean, it is nice, but it's just not my favorite. Okay, so I am so excited to show you my next product, which is a new foundation. I got the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Matte Foundation. It's the soft matte. I know you've all probably heard a lot about this if you're into makeup. You know, Fenty Beauty, Rihanna, she's doing it with her makeup line. I haven't really tried anything by her because it is a little bit expensive. And at first touch, when I used this, like when I used it in the store, it felt so oily on my hand that I was like, no, I can't put that on my face. However, after getting a sample of it, because everybody raves about it, even people with oily skin like mine, I got a sample, used it for a few weeks, and I loved it. Like, when you first put it on, it feels a little oily, but I promise it doesn't stay that way. I'm using shade 160, and I'm putting it on my little complexion buffer brush by Eco Tools. Y'all know this is my favorite to apply makeup. And so I just put a little on there, and I will say, like I said, it goes on and it feels oily. To anyone who has oily skin, you're going to be a little put off by it. But I promise it dries matte. It also like oxidizes to the perfect color of my skin. This is like a little bit of a lighter shade for me right now because it is during the winter time. It is just so mattifying and full coverage. So as you can see, my face is super even toned and very matte. I will say that I normally don't use a super mattifying primer under this foundation because it already is super matte. I like to use a little bit more of a luminous. Usually I use my Touch in Soul primer. You know, that's my favorite one. And it is just beautiful and flawless all day. It does dry pretty quickly. So that is the Fenty Beauty foundation. I absolutely love it. That is probably one of my new faves. Maybe not more than the Too Faced Peach Perfect, but did just get that one and I am loving how it's looking. Okay, so next up is concealer, and this is not new for me, but it is new for you. This is the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer. I'm using the lightest shade that they have, which is Chantilly. I absolutely love this as a more high-end, obviously it's NARS. I think it's like $28, $30, somewhere around in there. Definitely more expensive, more of a high-end concealer, but I do love it. I think it's beautiful. I actually do like it more than the Shape Tape concealer that everyone loves. But here's the catch. So I usually apply my concealer with a dry makeup sponge. However, today I'm going to be trying out the Beauty Blender little set here that has just one little Beauty Blender in it, and the cleaning little solid cleanser thing there. Okay, so my friend got me this for Christmas, and I have never tried this. So here we go. We're going to try it out on camera right now. Don't know about cleaning it today, but we are going to try this. So it says to really wet it. Never used a wet sponge, by the way. So I have a bowl of water here. It says it is going to expand to twice its size. So we'll see. I don't know. Okay, it's definitely getting larger. That is crazy. Again, never used a beauty blender, not the real thing. You know, I normally use like stuff that I get from the drugstore or Ulta or like Wish sponges, but yeah, that is crazy. Okay, so obviously it is tons bigger than what it was. That's really cool. My friend uses these all the time and she tells me that she loves the way it comes out, and I'm just like, I don't know. I've never used a wet sponge to apply my makeup. You know, I got oily skin, girl. I don't know. But let's see how it applies. Okay, so that was crazy. I know y'all saw how tiny that little sponge was, and now it's like absolutely huge. Like I can't believe that happened. Normally I use these little like Wish sponges that you just like throw away. I mean, they're like $1, but I know these are like super nice. So I have squeezed out the excess water. Like I said, never used a wet sponge to apply anything, but we're going to try to apply our concealer with it today. Try to blend that out. So I'm going in with the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer. Like I said, this has been a tried and true of mine for a long time. This is my favorite high-end brand of concealer. All right. That's actually really pretty. It's blending out really pretty. I've never ever used like a wet sponge before. I know that's crazy because I'm watching like videos all the time where they do. And I'm just like, ugh, I don't know about it. I like how like all the product is staying on my face. Like, it's not coming off because the blender is wet. However, it is really a weird feeling. Like, I'm afraid it's like taking off my foundation as I'm blending out the concealer. So that's kind of weird. I don't know if it is. Let me look. Oh, I mean, it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. Feels so light. Like, I do like that. Like, it's making the concealer, which... I mean, NARS concealer is already not very heavy anyways, but it's making it feel like even less heavy, like so light on my skin, which I do like that. Okay, so my first impression of this beauty blender, used wet or damp, I would say, it actually is very beautiful. I love the way it blended out my makeup. Like, that concealer looks beautiful on. As you can see, it has highlighted those areas of my face. That's what we were going for with the concealer, and gotten rid of any dark spots that I may have had under my eyes, just brightened up that area. So my face is looking so good right now. I hate to do this, but I have to show y'all. So I actually bought this for myself recently. This is the Makeup Revolution Bake and Blot Powder. So I wanted to use this on the mornings when I didn't want to like pour out all that loose powder and then like have to like bake on my face, and it just, you know, it was just going to take too long. So I wanted to use this powder, this translucent powder here, to just kind of like use a brush and just like, you know, put it all over my face and just be able to run out the door. However, I do think this kind of separates my makeup over time. Like, it looks good at first, but it doesn't stay great all day. So I am going to use it because that's what this video is about. But I will say it is not my favorite I think it would be okay to use throughout the day, just to like maybe use like a little sponge or something, keep it in your purse and just like touch up your makeup, or like if you're getting oily in some spots. But to actually use it as like a powder on top of your face, it just wasn't great, honestly. So how I have been using this is I will go in with just a regular sponge and kind of press it in there and get some on the sponge, and then press that into all the areas that I have concealer on. And like I said, it looks good at first. Like I do think it sets the makeup, but it just kind of separates throughout the day. And if you are into makeup, like, you know what I'm talking about when I say that. Like, you'll have stuff that looks good at first, but then like halfway through the day, your makeup is starting to look like really splotchy or cakey, or it's kind of like starting to just like separate and pull apart. Like some of it's not actually there anymore on certain parts of your face, and that is not what you want. You want makeup to stay all day and stay in place. Okay, and so after I have kind of set all those areas with a sponge, I usually go in with this Eco Tools. This is they call it the bronzing brush, but I use this for powder. It says it's really good for powders. It would be good as a bronzer brush, I guess, as well. But as you can see, it's really like thick and dense, and then it gets a little less so at the top. So I really do like to use this with like pressed powders and stuff like this. I do think it works. So then I will go tap that off and just kind of rub it over the rest of my face. And anywhere that powder might be a little caked up from the pressing that we did, just kind of even it out. Of course, it's looking pretty good right now, which is how it got me the first time. Because when I first used it, I really liked it, and it's super cheap. I mean, it's like $8 at Ulta or something. And then, you know, with different makeups that I used with it, I just realized that, you know, it doesn't work great with anything, honestly. So don't love this product, but wanted to show it to you. So that's how the face is looking right now. Okay, so now that we are looking completely matte and even toned, I'm gonna bronze and blush up the skin. So for that, I can't wait to show you this. This is one of my favorite things that I got for Christmas. My mom got me this. I asked like 4 different people for it though, because I was like, I can't not get this. And if I get 2, I'm still not gonna be mad about it. So, you know, I love Too Faced products. This is the Gingerbread Lane limited edition makeup set. I put this all back in the package if I haven't been using it for weeks, because it's been one of my favorite things. But basically it has 3 different little palettes in here that has 4 eyeshadows per palette and 1 blush. And then if you turn it over, it shows you all the different colors, and each one of them smells different. There's like a banana bread, a sugar cookie, and then the berry pie. The berry pie smells so good. They all smell so good. But I wanted to open this up again for, like, you know, not the first time, but I wanted to open this up and show you the little palettes that are in here. Like I said, it's 3 separate palettes, and they look like this. They're so cute. They're like the little lane, and you can walk down the lane. Anyways, I have been loving these. So this is what each of them looks like. This is the berry palette. I think this one is. Yes. This is the berry palette. It smells the best. They're so beautiful. This is the banana bread palette. That's more of a neutral. And then lastly, this is the one that smells like sugar cookies, and it has a lot of shimmers in this one. It's so pretty, with another blush. So one cool thing about this though is I thought I was getting some cute little eyeshadows and some blushes, but this little banana one here, this blush here is such a warm tone and so dark. Like, it's honestly like not pink at all to me. It's more like a brown, that I have been using this as bronzer, and it's been so beautiful. Every time I tell people that I'm using like this blush as a bronzer, like, they have no idea, and it's been so beautiful. So I'm going to use that for you today in this palette to show you what it looks like. So I'm just going to go in with this fun little Lisa Frank brush that I got in like an Ipsy bag a long time ago, because we don't care, as long as it works. The point is that most brushes I use to bronze my skin are angled this way, and that's what's most important. So I'm just going to dip into this and tap it off and start to bronze up my skin right along that cheekbone there. See how pretty that is? Like, it doesn't look pink at all in person. Like, it looks like the perfect bronzer for my skin tone. So I actually got a bronzer out of all of it too, and it smells wonderful. And it blends perfectly. Like, it doesn't look muddy or cakey. Like, it's just blending into the skin perfectly. I don't even think I've ever found anything by Too Faced that I really didn't like, except for their mascara. Sorry. Alright, so now that we are fully bronzed up using that Too Faced palette, I am actually going to show you a blush that is not in one of these two. Just trust me that I have been using both of these blushes and they are absolutely beautiful. They are the same beautiful quality that all of these eyeshadows and everything is from Too Faced. I actually just wanted to show you another blush that I got in my BoxyCharm box. This is the Ciate London Marbled Light Halo blush, and as you can see, it's like a pretty marbled, it's like a very beautiful like rosy tone, and I loved this. I got this in my BoxyCharm in December, and it's just a beautiful shade. So I'm just going to put some blush there on the apples of my cheeks, and I am using I think this is the Sam and Nick brand of just a little, you know, like round brush there that's very fluffy. It's not very packed or condensed, and you always just want to blend your blush back just a little bit on top of the cheekbones there, just so that it doesn't look so much like one circle right here in the front of your face. And I always put just a little bit up here, just the tiniest bit, just to bring that color in all over the face. As you can see, that is a beautiful blush there on the cheeks. So super, super good product. Now that price is a little much for a blush for me, but again, that just tells you a lot about BoxyCharm and how you can get some super expensive, really nice products for very, very little money. All right, so before we get to the eyes, I'm gonna go ahead and put on my highlighter, and unfortunately, I am super disappointed in this product. I actually forgot about this when I said that Too Faced has never disappointed me, except for the mascara, because they're about to. In my January box, I got this Too Faced Diamond Light. It's the Diamond Fire highlighter, and it's so cute. Like it looks like it's in a little jewelry box here, and you pull it out, and this is like magnetic, and this is like a satin up here. It just looks like an actual diamond. It's so pretty in there, but there's just no color payoff. Like that's barely anything. Like it just does not come off the way that you want it to. So I'm just going to apply it, but it really, I mean, it really doesn't do much. I liked the idea of it. I did think it was very pretty, like the whole like concept of it being like a little diamond. Would I ever tell you to pay for this? Ever? No, like not for $36 for one highlight that's honestly pretty mediocre. So sorry, Too Faced. Okay, so don't really know what kind of eyeshadow look I am doing today, but I went ahead and did my eyebrows off camera. I prepped my eyelids, and I went in with this little nude shade here that's kind of like my skin tone in the Too Faced palette to set my eyes with. So I just want to show you all the really cool palettes that I got for birthday and Christmas, because I got so many fun ones from all my friends. So let me show you my absolute favorite first, and of course it's the most expensive, but this is the Mercury Retrograde Huda Beauty palette. I think it's like $67 or something like that. Bless my friend, I would have never bought this for myself. However, this is such a beautiful palette. Like I cannot tell you how fabulous this is. Let me open it up for you. It's also in like a very like hard case here, which I love. So this is the beautiful palette. Obviously, you can see that I have been using this. I have used it all day. I have used it all the time. So insanely pigmented. Like, honestly, almost every single time I have posted a picture in the last, like, month or something, I have had this palette on. Like, I have used this in, like, every single video or picture that I have done recently, because it is literally so gorgeous. So I'm probably gonna do a look with this one today, because it is so fire, even though I know it's really expensive. But sometimes you gotta go there, and I would have went there for this had I known. But I do have some drugstore options for you if you're looking for some new palettes. I love every single one of these. None of them were disappointing to me at all. This is another Makeup Revolution palette. This is the Precious Stone Ruby palette. If you're into pinks, which I think I'm gonna do like maybe a pink look or something today, just because I already got like the pinkish highlighter on. I couldn't get it open. If you were into pinks and just like glitters and just really pretty like warm tones like that. This is a beautiful, beautiful palette. It is also super pigmented, and all the like jewel tones in here, I mean, they're beautiful. A lot of good mattes in it. I think it could be good for a beginner as well. It does have some pretty crazy colors in there, but I did love this palette. Love my friend who gave it to me. It's super, super nice. I think this, you know, I think it might be like $12, $18 somewhere in there at Ulta. So it's a lot less expensive option for you to get a new fun palette. Another one that a friend gave me, and I just appreciate that she got me this one so much because it looks like me. But this is the BH Cosmetics Hanging in Hawaii palette, and it is phenomenal. I'm sure this one was like $12 or something like that. I actually haven't even looked it up, but it has 16 pans in it. Look how pretty that is with like all the palm trees and everything. I will definitely be taking this one to the beach. I'm sure. Like, this is a beautiful summer palette. It has tons of like pinks and golds and shimmers and like really good neutral transition shades with like some peaches in there. Also super pigmented and beautiful. A wonderful price. The pink is so pretty. Like, I've used that as well. So, you know, I did a whole video on BH Cosmetics, so you know that I love that company. Did not disappoint. Moving on to the last new palette that I got. This is another Color Story palette. So if you've watched my drugstore favorites, you know that my palette that I put in that video was a Color Story palette from Target. They're $9.99. This one is much better for a beginner. It's very, very beautiful. I have been using this one often as well. This is a lot of, look how pretty that mirror is too. It's so pretty. Such pretty palettes for the price. This is a great palette for beginners. For me, I wish it had a little extra color, very pigmented, every single shade. This is a beautiful palette. It has the same quality as the other palette that I loved. It has tons of mattes and transition shades for you, a few pops of color that are still like pretty muted. So this is great for a beginner, great for someone who's like not into all the colors. This is the Empress palette. This is perfect for like everyday looks. So that is all the palettes that I got, but I am super excited to show you this Mercury Retrograde palette just because it is just phenomenal. All right, so first I'm gonna go in with my Morphe M330, a little fluffy blending brush. And I'm gonna first start in the Huda Beauty palette and go in with a transition shade here, just like a really neutral, like cool toned shade there just to get us started. You know, I always like to do a transition shade, that way you don't have like any colors that just seem to come out of nowhere. I'm going to mix it with a little bit darker color there, that warm tone Karma color. So now that we have that blended up around for our transition shade, I'm going to go in and deepen the corners with like a really pretty pink shade because that's just what I'm feeling today. So I'm going to go in with the Makeup Revolution. I love this glittery like outside. She knows me. This was Brie, by the way. This was Brie who got me this. So I'm going to go in with this like darker pink shade here to show you just how pretty this palette is and how it blends out as well. I just think it's important to show all of you that like you don't have to have like a lot of money to get like really nice, beautiful palettes that blend well. What I loved about the Huda Beauty palette was, you know, not just the quality of it, like the quality I can find in a lot of different palettes, I think. Like, I just loved the actual like color scheme of it. So we are building up the pink here, especially in the corner, just kind of packing that in and pulling that pink around just a little bit because we just want to get a little bolder with it. All right, and then really lightly in the corner, I want to go in with this darker purpley. I'm having a day. I'm gonna go in with this little darker purpley pink color with just a smaller brush there, a smaller tipped brush. If I broke this palette, I was gonna cry. I was gonna cry on camera. And we're just gonna pack this right here in the corner just to deepen that pinky purple tone just a little bit more, give it a little bit more definition over here on the side. I am going to just take another big fluffy brush from Morphe and just kind of clean up these edges, you know, blend, blend, blend. And then we're going to go in with the shimmer shade on the lid. Okay, so the shimmer shade that I want to do today is this. It's called Gold Glitch in the Huda Beauty. I can't say Huda Beauty together. in the Huda Beauty palette. It's mainly gold, but it has little bitty pink speckles in it, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I've been using this one a lot. So as I probably showed you in other videos, when I go in with a product that is super glittery like this, I like to first go in with a little bit of glitter glue, and I like to use the NYX glitter primer. It's basically just like an extra primer on top that makes sure that any glitter that you put on your eye, and I just put it on with a little flat tip brush, any glitter that you put on your eye doesn't get, you know, all over your face here, like all over your cheek. Like, you want it to be concentrated in that certain area of your eye. So it is important to just put the glue where you want the glitter. I'm just gonna put my finger in here and press it on that lid. Beautiful. So now that I have pressed that glitter in, I'm just going to clean that up around the edges there and blend that in just a little bit more, like blend the pinky purple back into the glitter. Literally just applying it with my finger, and you can see how glittery and pigmented that is there. All right, and so now that we have the top finished, we're just gonna go in with that little tiny brush there and go into this like purpley color and just kind of guide that along our lower lash line to connect the outside edge there, because you don't want it to look like it just kind of stops in thin air. Like, you want it to be connected and give a little bit of eyeshadow underneath as well, so it doesn't look kind of naked under there. I swear to y'all, I cut out like 30 minutes of blending in all these videos. Like, it probably takes me like 2 whole hours to do these looks, and you get like 30 minutes of it. So now I do want to go in and put a little extra shine in the corners of my eyes and on the brow bone. So I'm going to go in with the Hanging in Hawaii BH Cosmetics palette, a really light shimmer shade there. Woo. So pigmented. These palettes are beautiful. I'm telling you, they are worth the money for sure. And that just gives us a little extra glitter and glow there, and just blend that out. All right, so next up to finish out the eyes, the new product that I got was the Kat Von D Dagger Tattoo Eyeliner, and I have been loving this. It has the coolest end. It's not really a felt tip, which is why I kind of like it, I guess. I hope you can see this on camera. It is like a tapered end there. It is still a liquid, so it has been really beautiful. I got this in my BoxyCharm for December as well. Like I said, really excited to get it. I do love it. However, it does not go over glitter well, so I will be honest about that. So when I'm wearing a look like this that's not matte, it has a lot of shimmer, a lot of chunky glitter over the top of my eye here, I go in with my e.l.f. $2 liquid eyeliner, my tried and true first. I'm going to go over that and go all the way to the end, and then I'm going to show you how I use this to create a winged eyeliner. Okay, so basically what the Kat Von D tattoo liner does that I just don't love is that when it goes over glitter, it just kind of bleeds out. Like it actually bleeds over it, and it turns to like a really light gray color. So to be more specific, that's why I don't like it over that. But this is a waterproof eyeliner, and you know I have discussed before that I have a lot of problems with my eyes getting super watery, and the e.l.f. does not stay for that. So I have loved using this to get my winged eyeliner. We're gonna go in, I'm just gonna kind of show you how I do the winged eyeliner with this instead, but like I said, only over mattes is what I would recommend this for. All right, so I did a pretty aggressive wing there for you just to show you that it really will go there. It does stay all day, and it can really, like, it can get out there. It's really pointed, like it has a very angled tip, which that's what you want. So I am liking it. Like I said, don't use it over glitter because that didn't work for me. So in my BoxyCharm for this month, I got this mascara, and y'all know how I feel about mascara. This is the Grande Drama Intense Thickening Mascara with castor oil. So this is like $25. $10. It's about what I pay for my benefit anyway, so it's not like that's super expensive. However, I do actually kind of like this, and y'all know that's a big deal for me to say. So I'm going to use it again on camera and kind of show you what it looks like. I don't normally like bristles like this, like the very, I don't really know how to describe it. I like plastic, usually like the really plastic bristles, like on the bad gal. However, again, I do actually like this. I do think it is very thickening and lengthening, which is what I need for my very small, thin lashes. I will say I have to do a couple of extra coats with this that I wouldn't normally have to do with Benefit. So like, is it wonderful? No, but you can definitely tell a difference there in my eyelashes. I like the castor oil, I think, because I think that keeps it from getting clumpy at all, because it's definitely not clumpy, and I really do love that. So that's the difference. So you can see like how it has lengthened and thickened those lashes. Okay, so that is the Grande Drama Mascara without any lashes on. It's pretty good. I mean, like, I've had better, obviously, but I mean, I'll definitely be using this again. It's not something that I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna throw it in a makeup drawer and like not really use that much. I do think I will actually be using this, so that turned out good. So normally with a look like this and with eyeliner so bold, I would do lashes, but honestly, I'm just not feeling it today. I've been doing lashes a lot lately, so I'm just gonna jump into the new lipstick that I got. It's a Kylie, of course. A friend got me this for Christmas. This is the Surprise Me Velvet Single, and I love this color. It's like a reddish pink, which is why I wanted to do the reddish pink, like purpley tone eye today. You guys know I love Kylie's Velvets. It is a wonderful formula that stays all day. All right, and so that is the shade. She did such a good job. I love, love, love that shade. Go in with, I couldn't decide which one of these setting sprays to end the video that I wanted to do. I didn't really get to use the Kylie Illuminating Setting Spray. In my last video, they sent me another one, and that was like a huge debacle. But anyways, I didn't really get to use it. I don't really love it, honestly. I love the little luminosity that it gives, but I don't think it keeps your makeup on for a super long time. So I'll just go ahead and tell you that. That is something new though that I didn't really get to use. However, I use this all the time, but I don't think I've had it in my videos. This is the Makeup Revolution, the I Love Revolution fixing spray. This is in the vanilla and coconut. They have a lot of different scents, but I love the vanilla coconut. It smells like the beach. And this is like a super good drugstore setting spray that's really cheap, really affordable. I think it's like $9 or $10. I definitely would recommend this one. That's actually not new for me, but I've gotten a new bottle of it because I use it so much. So I just wanted to show you that and tell you that, you know, with all these new products, if you're going to go out and buy any, like, that is definitely one that I would recommend. Super affordable as well. All right, guys, so that is it for today's video, and the full look is done. Can you believe my backdrop stayed the whole time so far? We got lucky. Anyways, so these are the products that I loved and a couple that I did not love that I have received over the past couple months. I hope you really enjoyed watching this video. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you have any questions for me, just leave some comments down below. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you all in my next video. Thanks again so much for watching A Little About LV.